What's up, YouTubers? I apologize, I have not been uploading content like this for about 6 weeks, but I'm getting on it. A lot of you guys have been coming on to my music videos and asking questions about the camera that I use. I do use the Canon EOS M50 primarily. As you have seen, I also have been shooting some larger budget videos on Red. But for everything smaller budget, and for the situations where we're putting more of the budget into the video rather than the camera, I'm using my Canon EOS M50. I bought it about a month after it came out. So what I always have on my M50 is my EFM to EF adapter. So that's this guy right here, as you can see right there. Now I used to have a generic brand adapter on there. It was like 50 bucks, but it ended up breaking. So I really just recommend skipping that whole process and just go ahead and get the Canon brand mount. It's just gonna save you some trouble with that wear and tear. It's gonna last you a lot longer. Now my ultimate favorite lens that I like to use for music videos is my Sigma 18-35. This actually is on sale right now on Amazon. If you check out the link in my bio, get a couple $100 off of that. But I love this lens. It goes all the way, obviously from 18 to 35. Keep in mind that with the adapter and also when shooting 4K, you're not only cropped in because this is a crop sensor, but you're also going to crop in even more when you're shooting 4K. So just keep that in mind. Usually when I'm shooting like on GlideCam, I use my GlideCam HD 2000, handy dandy, my best friend right here for my stabilized shots, my performance shots where you see me kind of panning through or panning forward. I also keep a quick release shoe right here, so that way this guy just slides right on. And you don't have to go adjusting, where you're placing the camera. I don't know if you guys have used a GlideCam, but there's these holes. It's called a cheese plate, and you basically go ahead every time you got to use it. If you don't have a plate on it, you have to redo the mount into the cheese plate. So with this quick release guy, it's about 50 bucks. Just slide it on and off. Makes things a whole lot easier. So that's what I use for stabilization. To be honest, I don't even use my GlideCam that much anymore. If you look at my last video, coming out very soon, one mic with Mega the Dawn. I shot that entire thing handheld. You'll see me holding my camera usually a lot like this, panning it around like that, panning it forward, and you want to make sure that you're bending your knees and using your joints as that stabilization cushion to get through there. So it really just takes a lot of practice to get used to using this camera. It was very light at first. But you get used to it, you put more weight on it, build it out. So if I'm not using my 18-35 on those panning shots, occasionally, I don't even do this every video, but occasionally I'll put my 50mm on there. You gotta be careful with this thing shooting on a cropped mirrorless sensor like this, because it'll tend to really vignette your image. So I use this when I want to get kind of a close-up, that shoulder up shot, and really kind of whip that thing around to get some nice shaky movement on the more upbeat tempo music videos. For my drone, I use a Spark, my DJI Spark. Handy dandy, it gets the trick done. I happen to be pretty good at color grading, so I'm able to usually match that footage really well, but at the end of the day, I would definitely prefer to have a higher quality drone. For audio on set, I use the JBL Charge 3. It's about 100 bucks. Link also in bio if you want to go check that out. All of this equipment is going to be listed below. I believe both these lenses are discounted. The camera is discounted, and the lights are way cheaper than they were when I bought them. So for lighting, I have a basic setup. I've been using this for about a year now. It's a newer LED panel light. It comes with a couple batteries on the back, and it also plugs in right here. I actually have one lighting me right now. But these are super affordable lights. When you're first starting out, obviously if you're on the market to use this camera for music videos, you're just starting out and you're kind of on lower end of the spending spectrum. So these lights are a really good fit for you. I got the 2-pack. It's like 140 bucks now. When I got it, it was like 225 around there. So that link is in my bio. Go ahead and check that out. These batteries came extra with it. I believe these are like 2 for 40 bucks, but they last forever. Really good batteries. I use them all the time. Now, what I also have actually here is a little LED panel that I'll link below. This is a Pro Master LED, and see if it'll work. And as you can see, it's pretty bright. So I like to bring this along because it's battery powered, it's small, portable, especially when I don't have a lot of hands on set. I can just kind of whip this out and light the subject when I'm doing close-ups or really anything where there's not a wide shot and a lot of movement. I also use these gels by Newer. There's like 10 bucks for 8 of them, and I go ahead and clamp them on to my lights with this clamp right there. Boom, clamp them on, and you're good to go. So like I said, all this stuff is linked below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on how I do what I do. I hope to bring you guys a lot more content on more specifically how I get my different angles and camera movements and whatnot. But to answer you guys' question, this is what I shoot on. Primarily, I can go to a shoot, a run and gun shoot, and just go handheld with my Canon EOS M50, my EF-M to EF adapter, and my Sigma 18-35. You're set. If you don't have lighting, you want to make sure that you're always shooting in the daytime, not in the middle of the day, but when the sun is coming up or coming down, usually between 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then between 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. So depending on your hours. So yeah, that pretty much gets the job done. I encourage you guys, just if you're looking to go into this as a career or as a hobby, just shoot as much as you can. If you're just getting into camera work now and you're thinking, I want to be a music video director, I encourage you to try all sorts of different types of work. Build your portfolio as broad as you can, because a lot of times we get into situations and we think we want to do something, we find out we don't like it, we like this better. You might like doing weddings or filming sports or doing wildlife or whatever. You don't know actually what you like if you're just starting out. So I really encourage you guys to just work as much as you can, put out as much content as you can, find a creative person on YouTube or Instagram that you really like their work, and try to take the concepts or the philosophies of their work and turn it into your own. Remember, nothing is more important than framing and lighting, not your camera, not anything else. Always make sure you're focusing on camera movement, framing, lighting, and then when you get into the cutting room, make sure you are putting some good time into color grading your footage and making sure it's all good. I shoot this, I shoot in neutral. I also go into my neutral profile and I turn down everything, saturation, contrast. I turn it all the way down except for color tone. I put that up 1. So that's pretty much it. I just shoot in neutral, as dry as possible, and then I color grade it later. If you guys enjoyed this content, you enjoyed checking out the little bit of equipment I use. This is really, really basic starter equipment, but if you look at my work, it's extremely professional. At the end of the day, the equipment does not matter. What matters is framing, lighting, color, direction. As long as you're taking care of those things, you can be shooting on an iPhone. I guarantee you I'm going to shoot a better video than you on an iPhone than you're going to shoot on this camera. So, however I can help you guys, please drop some questions. Hit me up on Instagram, Roman Wasn't Built in a Day. Hit the subscribe button so I can continue to bring you guys more how-to content and vlog content. I look forward to developing this relationship with you all. Peace. Kill it.